And they're away and racing in the first. The grey Winner Load, one of the fastest to begin with, Runs on Dreams, who's driving through it on the inside. Runs on Dreams gets a length in front. Desert Siege right there second. Third Century Kid, Court of Jewels settles fourth. On the outside was Early Bird, a half length to Moa Man, who's in the middle. 2 lengths to Winner Load with Hayden, and back at the rear of the field, Victoria. Inside the 700, and on the inside, Desert Siege joins Runs on Dreams on the outer. They match Motors. About a half length third was Century Kid, followed by Early Bird, who moves a move 3 wide. In the centre, Hayden, followed by Moa Man, who's nice and handy. Court of Jewels lost a couple of lengths there, followed 2 lengths back by Winner Load, and 3 last of all, Victoria. Around the home turn, Desert Siege, Len Beasley goes for home, leads a half length, but the fresh horse on the scene is Century Kid on the outside. A length and a half third is Moa Man running on, followed by Early Bird, Hayden, and also Court of Jewels, but inside the 100, and Century Kid has claimed Desert Siege, but here comes the Port Macquarie train, Moa Man down the outside. It's Century Kid in front, Moa Man running about, Century Kid just in front, Century Kid by a half head over Moa Man second. Third photo, Court of Jewels prominent with Hayden and the tiring Desert Siege. Behind those, Victoria, Runs on Dreams, followed by Early Bird, and last of all was Winner Load.
More from Rod shortly. 5 Century Kid, 19.20 and 4.10. 1 Moa Man, $1.20, and it is a photo for third. As I said, we'll go back to Rod shortly. We need to clear the rest of these Melbourne prices. Back to Cole Herbert there.
Race 5.
Sir Boom, 7. More Action, 6. Our Unicorn, 12. Pearl Prince, 15. Sedation.
4 lengths
for the first on the card. Castro the inside. Off they go. Castro jumped okay. Soon after the jump, Scarlet Crest and Scenic Warrior in the centre are up dicing for the lead. And they're followed by Castro. Guide is settling down fourth and going up Rusty Bubbles with 2 lengths to OK Mate. Scarlet Crest is the leader, 3/4 clear from Scenic Warrior. Down on the inside, Rusty Bubbles improving. And they're followed then by Castro on the inside of Guide and 4 lengths to OK Mate. Off the back at the 800, Scarlet Crest 3/4 to Rusty Bubbles. And then Scenic Warrior, who's over on the inside in third placing. Moving up Guide a length away, trailed by Castro, and OK Mate 5 lengths away. As they went to the 600 metres, Rusty Bubbles took up at about a half length in front. Scarlet Crest is second. Scenic Warrior in behind Guide. And as they came to the turn, 2 lengths to Castro and 10 lengths to OK Mate. This is a bit of a race as they come around the turn. Nearly 4 in line. Scenic Warrior's made his move the grey, and he's dashed away from Scarlet Crest, Guide, and running on around the outside is Castro. Rusty Bubbles has run its race, but at the bend, and Scenic Warrior with a good lead. Castro getting into second placing from Scarlet Crest and Guide battling away, but Scenic Warrior living right up to the Bendigo wins. 4 in front and going to trot in. And Scenic Warrior, another win for Brad Rawilla, who's flying. Scenic Warrior, one of these up by 4 lengths to Castro. Guide third, Scarlet Crest fourth, Rusty Bubbles fifth, and OK Mate trailed them all the way. Very comprehensive win for number 3, Scenic Warrior, ridden by Brad Rawilla. Won very easily, 2:30, 1:20. Castro second, number 5. He ran on okay, but well beaten, around 2:80, and Guide battled on in third place, number 8. No third dividend there. 3, 5 and 8. Scenic Warrior made his debut down at Bendigo, winning well. Beat King Island there, who was a shade unlucky, and then went to town and placed at Caulfield last time out. But a strong finishing run on that occasion. Might have been just temporarily boxed up for a short distance coming up the side near the school, but Brad Rawilla quickly got into the clear coming up towards the turn. He sprinted away, and he just allowed this grey son of Brave Warrior to cruise home over the last little bit of the race, and he's won it by pretty comfortable, probably 4 lengths on the line. Castro getting up.
They're off and running. Visual bounced out a length and a half in front of Kidlap soon after the start. Third, the middle, Natois. Bradshaw on the inside. A further half length back to Galileo. Right Hero settles next to last, and last of all was Energized. They've gone about 300 metres at a customary roll. Visual in front for Leanne Henry, leads by a length and a half. Over Kidlat second, a length and a half third. Bradshaw well positioned. They're out by 2.5 lengths over Natois, who's fourth on the outside from Galileo. Energized next to last, and still a half length away last of all, and ridden along was Right Hero as they move towards the home turn. It's Vigil in front up towards the 450, leads by a half length. Over second, Kidlat, 3/4 third. Bradshaw hooking around them 3 wide. Galileo 4D, followed by Natois. with Right Hero and Energize, the widest runner inside the 250. It's Vigil on the inside, joined by the fave Bradshaw. Up goes Bradshaw, raced a length in front over Vigil. Kid Lad third. Right Hero's not running on, and Bradshaw starts to race away. It's Bradshaw 2 in front of Kid Lad, and Bradshaw wins. Bradshaw first, Kid Lad second. Great go for third with Galileo and Natois nice and handy. Behind those next, Vigil. Right Hero didn't run on, and back last of all was Energize.
On the Super Tab, 2 Bradshaw to return $2.40, $1.50. 3 Kidlat to return $7.50, and there'll be no third dividend.
Bradshaw successful. Beautifully ridden by Carter. Gee, he's riding well. For second and third, it's quite a battle. Actually, Natois has come back on that run terrifically well. Still waiting for the official placings. Bradshaw first, John Hawkes trains. Brian Carter rode this 4-year-old bay gelding. Last Tycoon Shea Best, owned by the Woodland Stud. Now for the minors, Kid Ladder's there, number 3, Mitch Newman. $5.80, bearing in mind the toter's only paying a win and 2 place dividends, and it is a head bobber. There's Galileo and also Natois. If it happens to be Galileo getting a place, number 7 at $3.20, or Natois, the return of $4.20, but looking at the shot, it might be Galileo getting second, looking at the finish links, and it has. So 2, 7 and 1 are the official placings. 2 Bradshaw, Brian Carter first. Now 7 Galileo, Dan Beasley getting second, and third to 1 Natois, Michael Squires. So 2, 7 and 1. The time 104.04, 104.04, and that time is a class record. Star Joe's previous best at 104.26. Other details to follow: 271, 4th to 3, 5th to number 4 after race 2 at Warwick Farm.
Norm Gardner and Ravi.
The stalls are back, they're racing. Jarl got up in the air at the jump away and missed it about 3/4. The runners have begun well. Regal Royal and Sheridan away quickly. Further out is King Lap, and with it is Loose Truth now from Mountain High, is over on the inside. As they go down towards the second one now and approaching that and jumping it well too. King Lap has moved up on the outside with Sheridan. They take over now from on the inside Regal Royal, and further out then Built him trailing forward around Loose Truth. Mountain High on the inside of Jarl, 2 or 3 further back Brush with Fame, and over on the inside of it Jonesy's Flyer. As they go down the back the first time at the 1,000-metre mark, and Sheridan in front, coming up towards the third flight, a length and a half to Regal Royal, and King Lap third the outside. A length for the back Mountain High on the inside there of Jarl. A little wide has Built him around Loose Truth, and 2 or 3 Brush with Fame on the inside of it Jonesy's Flyer. Up to the top circle they race with about 2,600 metres to go, and Sheridan a length and a half in front now from Regal Royal, a length further back King Lap. On the outside of it Built him, over on the inside Jarl, 2 to Loose Truth. Mountain High the inside, further back Brush with Fame as they go over that one. Leader didn't handle it too well out in front, Sheridan, just seemed to reach for it. Second to last Brush with Fame, and 3 last of all to Jonesy's Flyer. Sheridan lifted his act over that one. He landed length and a half to Regal Royal, and on the inside is Jarl. King Lap further back inside, Build him, a length further back Mountain High. Loose Truth outside it, a length and a half, then to Brush with Fame, and 2 lengths last of all is Jonesy's Flyer. Here's the flight up on the top turn. They come around into the straight, the flight down here at the 150-metre mark, and Sheridan on top, and he'll bring them down here about a length and a half in front now from Regal Royal, and on the inside Jarl. They go to it. He clipped the top of it again, Sheridan. They've gone over 6 to go, and they've got a lap to go at the winning post, and it's Sheridan by a length. Line of 3 behind him, Jarl, Regal Royal, and Built him the outside. 2 to King Lap, tucked on the outside of Mountain High, a length and a half further back is Loose Truth, followed by Brush with Fame, and 3 last of all. 4 last of all now Jonesy's Flyer. Back from where they started, going down towards the double again at the 1,500-metre mark, and Sheridan in the hurdle, a length and a half in front from Built him. The inside Jarl, 3/4 Regal Royal pushing up in the middle again. A length and a half further back in the race then Mountain High. The leader ran that down badly. King Lap outside Mountain High, pulled to the outside Loose Truth as they go to the next. They're followed 2 lengths off by Brush with Fame, and 3 to Jonesy's Flyer. To the back now, and Sheridan laying out off the fence, about to be joined by Jarl the inside. Sheridan about a head in front of Jarl. A length and a half to 2 to Loose Truth has gone up on the outside of Built him. King Lap improving up in the centre. The inside Regal Royal, 1 then to Mountain High as they bunch up. and 2 lengths Brush with Fame. At the one at the back of the track at the 900 metre mark, again Sheridan in front. He landed about a half length in front of Jarl over on his inside. Loose Truth went up third. They're followed by Mountain High taking off. Further back then King Lap on the inside of Built Him, a length Regal Royal, and 2 to Brush with Fame. Forget Jonesy's Flyer has been pulled up. 3 flights to get over 800 metres out now. Sheridan, he's still in front, but here's Mountain High going up on the outside after him. They go over that a length and a half in front of Regal Royal. Then came Jarl. King Lap about 4 lengths off them with Built Him, and Loose Truth lost some ground. Regal Royal at the second last going up to Sheridan. Mountain High back in the middle. 3 to King Lap, Built Him, and then Jarl. And further back then Loose Truth and Brush with Fame, but Regal Royal through the gap. 1 flight to go, moved away a length and a half in front. Now 2 in front of Sheridan. Then Mountain High, King Lap. They're only plotting at the moment, followed by Built Him, but Regal Royal sets up a break at the 200 metre mark, and he's about 3 in front. 1 flight out, Regal Royal with a big break. King Lap running on from Sheridan. Regal Royal comes to the last. Oh, he walked through it, but he landed 3 in front. He might have a margin. Yes, it'll get him home. King Lap running into second placing from Built Him, but Regal Royal wins the race by nearly 2 lengths to King Lap. It's a Langquinella ahead away third, Built Him. Then Mountain High fourth, followed by Sheridan. A gap to Brush with Fame, a long gap Loose Truth with Jarl, and Jonesy's Flyer pulled up at about the 700 metre mark.
Number 7, Regal Royal, 580, 190. Number 3 was second, King Lap, 170. 39, Built Him at $6.70.
Number 7, Regal Royal, 710, 210. 3, King Lap, 170, and 9, Built Him, $6. Getting set now at Queanbeyan for race number 1 on the program, and that will be followed by Brisbane race number 4 today. The 4th on the program.
And they're racing. Easily fastest to begin was Zodiac Star, takes up the running by 2 lengths on Hemingway, Captain Region Formula, driving through it on the inside, and Just Imagine right behind it. From Butkus, Royal Raver, a further 2 to Shannon Magic, Myala Red, Pirate Yarn, and 5 lengths last of all was Sabre again. They've got about 400 metres, and Formula takes the lead. Shane Miller aboard, leads by a length over Captain Region second. The early pacemaker third is Zodiac Star, and a half length fourth Butkus, followed by Just Imagine. A length to Hemingway on the outside from Royal Raver, and a half to Pirate Yarn, followed by Shannon Magic, Myala Red, and still 3 lengths last of all was Sabre again. Towards the home turn, 450 out, and Formula in front. Ridden along, leads a length Captain Region second. Third was Zodiac Star. Hemingway's the widest runner. Butkus, Just Imagine, camped off the speed from Royal Raver. A long gap to Pirate Yarn and Shannon Magic, but inside the 250. Formula in front. Out of the ruck second, Zodiac Star in pursuit. Third, Captain Region from Hemingway and Just Imagine running on. It's Formula in front inside the 100. It's 2 in front of Zodiac Star, and Formula's too good. Formula first by 2, Zodiac Star second, third Captain Region, followed by Hemingway, Royal Raver and Shannon Magic. Behind those next, Just Imagine, followed by Pirate Yarn and Sabre again, Myala Red, and back last of all was Butkus.
6 Formula, 440, 2 even, 2 Zodiac Star, 220, and 3 Captain Region, $4.30.
So 6, 2, 3 Formula. Shane Miller rode the horse for speed, got away in the straight, and was too good for them. And Formula successful. So Bradshaw in the second and Formula in the third. So look at Miami Racing Weekly statistics for the Trainers Premiership. John Hawkes now goes to 120 total wins, 85 in the metropolitan area. Kay Waterhouse well on top though at 151 overall, and Paul Perry having a great season on 120 and a half. Formula, Shane Miller for trainer John Hawkes, a 3-year-old brown gelding, Canny Lad, Chamia. Woodland Stud Syndicate, the owners. Second to number 2, Zodiac Star, Dan Beasley for trainer Guy Walter, ran on well. 4-year-old Chestnut Gelding, Victory Prince, Scorpio, and third to 3, Captain Region, Kevin Moses. For trainer Tony Wildman, a 5-year-old Bay Gelding as Captain Regent by Mr. C out of Dawn Region. Fourth has gone to 11, Hemingway. Fifth has gone to number 9, Royal Raver. The time of 1:10.42, so 1:10.42. It will stand as a new class record, having not been run under these conditions. The previous, or the course record, is 1:08.6, held by Boasting. So 6, 2 and 3, 4th to 11, 5th to number 9, as totes appear on race number 3. Winner here, number 6, Formula, Shane Miller, $4.70, $2. Second, 2, Zodiac Star, Dan.
And settle, off and running, out in a good line too. One of the best away was Flambery on Girl. Didn't want to go early and got back to a clear last, and Manahai Miss away fast. Up on the outside of Flamber in the early point, a length and a half, Angel's Jewel. Social Bell, the inside, a length further back in the race, Chardonnay and Ice. Outside, Dan Inkling, and now pushing forward in the back in the middle is Eon Girl, but it's still last. As they race through with about 6.50 to go, Flamber, a length and a half, High Miss. 2 then to Angel's Jewel, outside at Chardonnay and Ice. Travelling forward up to 3rd, 4th back in the middle. Angel's Jewel outside of Dan Inkling. They're 2 or 3 in front of Social Bell and Eon Girl. Before the turn inside the 400, and it's Flamber from outside at High Miss and Angel's Jewel. 5 and 6 wide, Chardonnay and Ice around Dan Inkling. But High Miss skipped to the front on the home turn from Angel's Jewel after it. They've got away from Flamber and then a gap in the race, Dan Inkling. Angel's Jewel moving up to High Miss. Little between them. Angel's Jewel takes the lead with 100 to go, draws away and is holding High Miss, is ducking about, and Angel's Jewel wins at about 2 lengths. Now, it's pretty interesting for the miners. Dan Inkling's made good ground when High Miss laid in badly in the last 50 metres. A photo for the miners. A gap then to Eon Girl, Flamber, Chardonnay and Ice, and Social Bell last to the 7.
Number 1, Angel's Jewel, 3.30, 180. There will be no third dividend. 3, Dan Inkling at $2.40 or 6, High Miss at $3.90.
1, Angel's Jewel to return, 3.40, 190. Those for the miners, 3, Dan Inkling. And as those final figures come up onto the screen for Dan Inkling, number 3. In fact, we'll come back to that.
Dan Inkling has got up to grab second. And High Miss probably threw it away by just rolling in and laying in under pressure and ducking about and flicking up the tail, and the rider had to correct her, and Dan Inkling has pinched second ahead of High Miss right on the line. 136, 136, 136 and 60.2.
All right, towed shortly.
Doomben race 5 at 120. 1 is out. 2 are Vildi, 4.30, 180, 3.
Racing, Polder Princess began nicely. Rose of Gladfield fast away. Triple Sal Chow showing good speed early. Miss Zoe began nicely from out wide. She's coming across, and Avilda Fly By Night and Let's Cruise just popping in behind them. Sea Mirage, Blessed Tycoon next. Then Edged in Black, City Recruit. Nasdarovia dropping back in the field with Hurry Scurry. Then La Chatelaine and Majestic Heights goes to the rear. Miss Zoe burnt across to the rails, and she's found the fence by the time they reach the 1600. It's Miss Zoe a length and a half in front. Avilda's going to second, and he's just looking to ease in behind Miss Zoe as they race to the side. Rose of Gladfield kicking up inside of Avilda just to ensure that that filly races too wide for the trip. Followed by Triple Sal Chow. Polder Princess is running 5th over on the inside of Fly By Night. Then Let's Cruise following up behind Fly By Night. Blessed Tycoon on the inside of Let's Cruise. Then there's a gap to Sea Mirage, another gap to City Recruit on the outside of Edged in Black. Nasdarovia's back 3rd last inside of Hurry Scurry, and together at the rear, Le Chatelaine and company with Majestic Heights. They're going up towards the 1,000 now, and the leader here, it's Miss Zoe by 2 lengths. Avilda's now trailing in second berth. Another 2 lengths then to Triple Sal Chow, followed by Rose of Gladfield. And then Fly By Night, who's 5th on the outside. 1 to Polder Princess, then Let's Cruise. She must be 6 to 7 lengths off the leader. Blessed Tycoon is next on the rails. Then City Recruit, Sea Mirage and Majestic Heights going forward. Hurry Scurry, last Chatelane's well back in the field. Edged in Black and dropping to the rear is Nasdarovia. 600 metres to go. Miss Zoe's the leader. 3/4 of a length in front of Avilda, who's working out after her. Fly By Night is now up to 3rd. She's giving chase. She's following up behind Avilda. Rose of Gladfield is on the inside, and Let's Cruise is following up behind Fly By Night. Heading for the judge, 350 metres to go, and it's Miss Zoe just in front of Avilda. He goes full bore on Avilda now. She's just in front of Miss Zoe. 2 lengths away 3rd, Fly By Night, and then Let's Cruise on the outside. Avilda's just in front. Miss Zoe's going to give her a race. She's coming again on the inside. Avilda's just in front of Miss Zoe. Avilda about a hit in front of Miss Zoe. They're clear of Let's Cruise. Avilda's just in front of Miss Zoe. They hit it. Yes, Avilda. Avilda has beaten Miss Zoe, or charging home for 3rd. City Recruit, I think, just in front of Let's Cruise. It's a photo for 3rd. Fly By Night behind them. Then Polder Princess and last Chatelaine. Sea Mirage, Nasdarovia was doing her best work at the end. Majestic Heights was well back with Rose of Gladfield. Edged in Black, Hurry Scurry, Blessed Tycoon and Triple Sal Chow, the last one home.
Number 2, Avild, 3.20, 140. Number 3, Miss Zoe, $2.20 for 3rd. 4, City Recruit, 6.60 or 6, Let's Cruise, 170.
2, Avilda to return on the Super Tab, 3.50 and 160. 3, Miss Zoe, $2.70. 4, City Recruit, 7.80.
It's 2, 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. City Recruit has got up for 3rd, just in advance of Let's Cruise. City Recruit was certainly doing her best work over the final stages. But that now puts that filly on target for the Dame Elegant bonus. If she goes to the Oaks next week at Eagle Farm and wins it, she'll win for her connections $500,000. That
A good line. They stand well. And they're... racing. Intelligent, one of the fastest to begin, bounced a length in front of the Disputer, and Contrary Lady third. Galani Dancer settles fourth. Scenic Review on the inside of Miss Zambezi. A length further back to Cash Cow from Satin Covers Royal Machine. Also Kuchi Ku a further half length away to Shannon Royale, who's back towards the rear of the field. May May was checked and Disdain dropped to the rear of the field. Inside the 1,000, Intelligent for young Brian Carter leads a length over Scenic Review. The Disputer on the outside, followed by Miss Zambezi, who settles in a lovely posse fourth. A length to Contrary Lady on the outside of Kuchi Ku, followed by Cash Cow, a half Galani Dancer, a length to Royal Machine. Two to Satin Covers, Shannon Royale still giving them a tidy start, followed by next to Last Disdain, and a length and a half last of all was May May. Inside the 600, Intelligent one off the inside, joined by Scenic Review on the inside. Now the Disputer moves around them to make a line of three for Miss Zambezi. Contrary Lady around it, followed by Kuchi Ku, Galani Dancer, Satin Covers, Cash Cow, Royal Machine. Now Shannon Royale's the widest runner for May May, and last into the straight now was Disdain. Up towards the 250, Intelligent just in front over Scenic Review. Kuchi Ku the inside, Contrary Lady, and on the outside Satin Covers and also Shannon Royale. Intelligent just in front, joined by Contrary Lady, who's diving in on top of it. On the inside it's Intelligent just in front. Contrary Lady bobbed, it's very tight. Intelligent or Contrary Lady, a great go. Third is also close with Shannon Royale. Close up Galani Dancer with Kuchi Ku and May May. Satin Covers next for Miss Zambezi. Scenic Review behind those Royal Machine, followed by Cash Cow. Towards the rear Disdain. Last of all was the Disputer. Well, it looks like Intelligent.
Two Intelligent to pay on the Super Tab, $6 and $2.10. One Contrary Lady, $2.20 and $5 for third, possibly Shannon Royale, $1.50.
The numbers 2, 1 and number 5, Shannon Royale getting third. Intelligent, Brian Carter giving Brian a winning double, $6.90 the win and $2.30 the place. One Contrary Lady, Len Beasley, the return of $2.30, and third to number 5, Shannon Royale, the dividend of $1.70. Was a dogged struggle halfway down the straight. Intelligent and Contrary Lady was a head bobber, but 2-1-5 official. Intelligent, Brian Carter, and giving John Hawkes and the Woodland Stud Syndicate the last three winners. Intelligent, a 3-year-old chestnut filly. Night Shift, Thoughts. Brian Carter, a winning double, having taken out the second event on Bradshaw. Second to number 1, Contrary Lady. Len Beasley for trainer Gary Portelli. A 3-year-old bay filly, Mr. C, Buster's Girl. And third to number 5, Shannon Royale. John Marshall for trainer Paul Perry. A 3-year-old bay filly, Defensive Play, Roll Raban. Fourth has gone to 6, Galani Dancer. Fifth to number 7, Kuchi Ku. And sixth has gone to number 12, May May. So 2, 1, 5, 6, 7 and 12. The time was 1:23.60. 1:23.60. Well, that's 4 races and 4 class records, because the previous class record was 1:23.70, held by Lunching Out. So a new class record there. 2, 1 and 5 as Totes appear on race.
Last.
Stalls back, they're racing. Out in a good line too. Snarbell, the filly, one of the best away. Athenia began quickly out past the middle. Walk on Ice pushing forward, and so too in the early point coming down the straight, Great Export. Down to the winning post, Great Export, and Walk on Ice now from Snarbell. The Fat's up prominent, followed by Athenia. Jark further back in the race from Great Export, who's got back along the inside going out of the straight from Citrus Prince and our Dane Rack. Captivator deep. Last of all, Shelley's Magic, but Walk on Ice took it up. Going down the side of the 1550, moved 2 lengths in front. When it rolls down the side of the track here from moving up on the inside, Snarbell. They're followed further back in the race just behind those by Athenia. Jark is starting to go forward around the outside as they go to the turn at the 1300 metre mark. Followed to the outside of those by Flushed, who's gone up forward. Back behind those, a gap of 2 lengths then to Athenia, now back on the inside of the Fats. 2 to our Dane Rack, followed by Citrus Prince, Shelley's Magic, and last of all is Great Export. In the back they race now. The leader is Walk on Ice, a length and a half in front. Jark is up second. They're followed by Snarbell third. Captivator a little wide fourth, 2 lengths further back in the race, then Flushed. Outside it, the Fats from Athenia, then our Dane Rack. Further back, Citrus Prince, followed by Shelley's Magic, and Great Exporters last of all. Coming off the back, and the leader at the 800-metre mark is Walk on Ice. Captivator Deep has gone up second. Back in the middle there is Jark. A length and a half, then the Fats fourth, 2 lengths to our Dane Rack. Further back in the race then came Flushed, followed by Citrus Prince. About 5 lengths off them, starting to run on fairly. 3 to Shelley's Magic, and Snarbells drop right out with Athenia and Great Export. But the leader is Captivator from the Fats, our Dane Rack. Flash to fourth in the middle from Citrus Prince, still battling on, and then Jark, and the others looked hopeless. It's Captivator the leader, 2 off the fence, 2 lengths in front of the Fats. Citrus Prince still coming home fairly well. Then on the inside, when they straighten up, is Flushed. Captivator first for home on the outside, the Fats, and Citrus Prince. Citrus Prince is starting to wind up. Captivator a half in front. Citrus Prince still rolling home out after it. Captivator the leader. Citrus Prince has moved up on the outside. Citrus Prince is going up to Captivator. They come to the line. Citrus Prince a nose, Captivator. 2 lengths away, third in the race, Flushed. Shelley's Magic has jumped out of the ground to run fourth. A gap in the race then to the Fats, followed further back by Jark. Then our Dane Rack, a good gap then to Great Export, followed by Walk on Ice. Athenia just walking home, and behind it is Snarbell.
Number 5, Citrus Prince, $4.50, $1.90. For Captivator, $1.90. For third, number 8, Flushed, at $2.10.
On the Super Tab, number 5, Citrus Prince to return, $3.90, $1.70. 4, Captivator, $2.30, and 8 for third, Flushed to return $2.10. Taking a look at the opening figures for Perth race number 1, the first on the program over there today at Belmont, due to go at 2:02. 1 Jungle Flyer, 3:30. 2 Mondesur, 7:10. 3 Burrington Coombe, 3:50.
Racing, Daninsky, one of the fastest away, headed though by the favourite I'll Get By. I'll Get By leads by a length over Daninsky second. Third was Stormy Bay. Satinka settles fourth, followed by Loot to Boot. Holy Powers around them. A length further back to Inspire, followed by Easy Rocking. Bon Bird on the inside of We Stroll, and a half length to Charge Down. 2.5 City Gambler next to last, and Burley dropped back to the rear of the field. Inside the 1200, I'll Get By in front, strides along for Dan Beasley, leads by a length and a half. Holy Powers second, a length and a half third. Daninsky travelling on the inside, followed in the middle by Stormy Bay, and out 3 wide Loot to Boot. 2 Satinka on the inside of Inspire, about a length and a half further back. Easy Rocking travelling on the inside, followed by We Stroll, about 2.5 to Bon Bird. Charge Down around it, followed by City Gambler next to last, and 3/4 last of all was still Burley. Up towards the 700-metre mark they go, and still it's I'll Get By, nursed along, leads a half length over Holy Powers second. Now issuing the challenge to this leader. 2 third was Loot the Boot, followed on the inside by Daninsky. In the middle of runners, Stormy Bay makes a move, followed by Satinka under pressure, passed by Inspire on the outside. A length and a half to We Stroll, and Easy Rocking hedge the remainder, or Keep Rocking around the home turn inside the 350. I'll Get By spears away, leads by 2. Daninsky second, Holy Powers third, followed by Inspire down the outside, but inside the 150 it's I'll Get By, still 2.5 lengths in front. Inspire second, followed third by Satinka running on, but I'll Get By nicely clear. Satinka second, Inspire third, and that's the way they finish. I'll Get By goes on to win by a length and a half. Satinka second, Inspire third from Holy Power. Next, Keep Rocking, followed by City Gambler and Loot to Boot. Daninsky on the inside from Charge Down Burley. Well back was Stormy Bay, followed by second last came We Stroll, and back last of all was Bon Bird.
1 I'll Get By to pay $3.60, $1.80. 5 Satinka, $2.70. 2 Inspire, $1.90. 152 there. Race number 5 at Warwick Farm.
So it's 1, 5 and 2 after race 5. I'll Get By Dan Beasley for trainer Gay Waterhouse, who goes to 152 total wins on the